Well, let's just say this. I did say I was gonna be right. I was gonna be back, right, guys? Anyway, though, it is time. What's good, y'all? Whoa. What's good? Whoa. Whoa. What's good, y'all? We're back. Listen, I just recorded a video, had hello fun. Time to come right back. This time is more of a commentary video, reaction still, but you know. Whoa, full screen on the wrong side. Meant to do this. My camera froze. Okay. Horror movie face that make you pray for death by Chupacabra. I watched a couple of his videos on my free time, and people react to them, so I already know this is gonna be a good video and a good channel. So let's go ahead and like that. I will follow when I get bigger in life, and I have to hit these videos every single time they come out because people are gonna ask. You get what I'm saying? Let's go.
In most horror movies, the goal is simple. Don't
Survive.
die. Run faster than the killer. Don't trip over nothing. Survive to the credits. But there's a different kind of horror out there. The kind where dying would be the happy ending, where death is the thing that you're begging for and not getting.
I did that just Saw. Tusk, Saw, anything like that. Those count.
Well,
I'd rather
these
just
are a
die.
bunch of different movies that figured out exactly
Wait, was that? I think one of those was Silence of the... No.
what makes life worth
Hellraiser?
living.
I
And
forgot
then
what
they
it's
removed it piece by piece while keeping you
Oh, wow,
with
that's,
the feeling. These
My
are
Hero.
fates so much worse.
I just said that's my hero. Holy shit, I'm not like it. I just said that's my fucking hero. I meant for what Alchemist. It's my MHA, FMA. Bro, come on, bro. Just let me alone, bro.
The death. Let's start with Funny Games, a movie where
What?
the director actively hates you for watching it. The Farber family goes on vacation to their lake house, and two
Gotcha.
polite young men in white gloves show up asking to borrow some eggs. They keep breaking them, they overstay their welcome in that specific way where you can't kick them out without seeming rude. And
I'm
that's
taking
the
none of
whole
these out,
trick. They're using your manners as a weapon. By the time George finally tries to throw them out, it's too late. One of them breaks his leg with a golf club, just shatters it. From that moment on, George is a vegetable. He can't stand, he can't fight, he can't do anything except
they
watch
shattered
everything
his
that
shit?
happens to his family while lying on the floor like a broken kitchen appliance. His son, Georgie, gets killed off screen. The camera just sits in the
Damn.
empty living room while you hear a gunshot somewhere else in the house. The director won't even show you the death. He makes you imagine it instead, which is worse. But here's
Yeah,
where
I
it
don't
really
wanna imagine
breaks
how that
something
came
inside you. And the mother manages to grab a shotgun and shoot one of the killers. For 1 second, you think she did it. She fought back. The
Bulletproof vest.
final girl wins. But then the other killer picks up a TV remote and rewinds the movie that you are watching. Like, literally. The footage reverses on screen and the scene plays out again with Anne nowhere near the gun. The director made this film to tell you one thing. Fighting back isn't allowed here. The rules of horror don't apply. The director himself is working against you. But at least the Farbers die at the end. It's awful, but it's over.
I just sat silent for about damn near 2 minutes listening to bullshit in my ear. Nigga. They did what? They rewinded the tape? They did what every person that watches the movie and fucks up does, and it's like, oh no, let me rewind, let me retry. They did that, but as the evil people? Yeah, I'm not. I'm already not gonna have fun with this video. If that's the one.
Some horror movies don't give you that mercy.
Oh,
Some
God.
keep you alive on purpose
So-
because you're worth more breathing.
Worth
That's
more than
exactly
Netflix.
what happens in Fresh. Noah
Fresh
meets a
and-
charming guy at a grocery store. His name is Steve. He's funny, he's sexy,
Jimmy Steve, shameless plug. If y'all watch Shameless, Jimmy Steve.
he's confident, he actually listens when she talks. It's everything the dating apps couldn't deliver. He then asks her on a romantic weekend getaway. She says yes, why wouldn't she? This is the guy that she's been dreaming
Ooh,
of.
don't trust
Well,
that.
then she wakes up chained to the
Ooh.
floor of his basement. The thing about Steve is that he's not a serial killer. Serial killers kill people. Steve is a butcher. He surgically removes pieces of women while keeping them alive because living bodies give him fresh product over time.
Oh, wait.
He is a surgeon by
think I know
training,
this.
so he knows exactly how much he can take before the merchandise stops working. When Noah tries to escape, he literally cuts off her ass. He cuts it off, takes the whole thing for punishment and just to sell. The worst part isn't that Steve is crazy, it's that he's not.
How does she sit down after that? Because I know your ass is literally made for you to be able to sit down. How do you sit down? Is it like just like do you slip? Or is it like you're just sitting on your hamstrings, which fucking hurts a lot, by the way?
Besides what he does for a living, he seems like a very normal, if not like charming guy. He is running a business here. He has wealthy clients paying 6 figures for what he's selling. There is a market for this. There is a whole economy built around eating women who are still breathing somewhere in the basement. And Steve is just the supplier. Some rich guy is sitting at a dinner party right now, eating a woman medium rare with a wine pairing, and Steve made that happen. Noah isn't dying because death would end the money. She is being harvested, piece by piece, fully awake, feeling everything, because fresh product sells better than frozen. Fresh treats its victims like a valuable inventory. Steve keeps them breathing because they're profitable. At least there's a logic to it. It's sick, disgusting logic, but it is logic.
Damn, nigga, you can't give me no anesthesia though, bro. Like, I can't get no anesthesia, bro. Like, does that really fuck up the taste? Does it fuck up the taste if... Okay, damn, shit.
At least you matter to someone, even if that someone is carving you up for rich people's dinner parties. Well, the family in Frontiers, well, they don't give you that much, because they don't see you as a product. They see you as an animal. A group of French Arab kids are running from the cops after a robbery gone wrong. Riots are tearing through Paris, everything's chaos, and they need to get out of the country fast. So they find a remote inn near the German border. It's a quiet place. It's isolated with 2 pretty women running it. It seems like a good spot.
Can't trust that. 2 pretty women? I can understand one. 1 pretty woman running the shop, cool. 2? I need one of you bitches to be ugly. I need one of y'all to be chopped as shit, because there's no way. I refuse to believe to it. Both of y'all are perfectly fine, normal people. No.
Lay low for the night. It's not. The owners are neo-Nazis. And no, I don't mean like internet edgelord neo-Nazis like that one neckbeard cousin you have that shows up at family gatherings and then says all of the things wrong that they could say in that one evening. No, Gerald, I don't want to hear about what your opinions are on women. Trust me, you haven't talked any before. I don't think you got a good opinion. But I mean like actual breeding program, master race neo-Nazis running a whole operation out of their property. They grab people they consider racially inferior, torture them, and sometimes keep the useful ones around for making babies. When they capture 2 of the main characters, they don't throw...
They pretty much keep anybody that could possibly get them good genes. Y'all remember that gene ad with I forgot who Gene. I think it was New Jeans. Yeah. They're like, oh, these are really good genes. No, it wasn't New Jeans, but it was the gene ad where they were talking about, oh, these are good genes, and those just white people in the shit.
Them in a cell or a basement. They throw them in a pig pen with actual pigs because that's the point. You are not a person here. You are livestock. There's this dinner scene that twists the knife in a specific way. Yasmin, one of the captives, gets brought before the family patriarch. She's waiting for the death sentence, but that's not what happens. She's pregnant. She's going to be given to one of the sons as a wife because her body doesn't belong to her anymore. It belongs to their breeding program now. That is the difference between Fresh and this. Steve saw his victims as valuable products worth keeping alive, but these people see their victims as
Is that Triple H looking at
livestock? Not worth selling, not worth keeping comfortable, just bodies with functions to exploit until they stop working. Death would be a happy ending here. What Frontiers offers instead is a lifetime of forced breeding under a Nazi ownership.
I wonder why
your only exit is fighting through an entire family of psychopaths with your bare hands, which Yasmin actually does, but that's a different story. Let's not go to Bone Tomahawk because it goes somewhere even darker. to a place where the people holding you aren't even human enough to have any sort of ideology around killing at all. This is a Western, a slow, dusty, character-driven Western where you spend 2 full hours getting to know a handful of men crossing the desert to rescue a kidnapped woman. Kurt Russell plays the sheriff. Patrick Wilson plays a husband with a broken leg who refuses to stay behind. Richard Jenkins plays the old deputy who talks too much and means well. By the time anything truly bad happens, you genuinely care about these people. You want them to make it home. And then you meet the troglodytes. They're a tribe living in caves, but they're not indigenous people.
Corey mentioned. Y'all listen, Corey mentioned. There we go.
The movie goes out of its way to make that very clear, because the Native American characters in this film refuse to even call them human. There's something that split off from humanity a long time ago and went somewhere else entirely. Anyways, fast forward a little bit, they get captured, and Deputy Nick gets pulled out of a cage. What happens next is one of the most disturbing scenes ever put on film. He is scalped alive while he is screaming.
I'm like 90% sure they're about to eat him alive. I'm like 90% sure. I'm pretty sure I heard about this scene before. Jesus Christ. Mind you, I just want to remind all of you, you're supposed to watch these horror movies normally. Normal watch. You're supposed to just watch it all the way through and be like, man, that was a good movie. Hope I get another one from that director. No!
His own scalp gets stuffed into his mouth and nailed there with a wooden stake through the back of his skull. Then he's flipped upside down and split open from the groin with a bone tomahawk. Ha! He said the name. He's literally pulled apart like a wishbone while the camera holds on every second of it. But Nick is the lucky one. Nick gets to die. The women in those caves don't get that mercy. They've been blinded with wooden pegs hammered through their eyes, with all of their limbs hacked off, kept alive as permanent breeding stock. They are conscious and immobile. There's no way out. There's no way to end it. They are just chicken nugget bodies the tribe uses for just to have more babies. Death is Nick's reward. The women get an existence.
So, question. Well, never mind. I'm about to say, so what do they do if the woman gives out a woman? Well, you already know what happens to that one. Yeah. Immediately let the child do they let the kid go? I mean, do they let it grow? Like, how do you let them grow knowing that, hey, at one point you're gonna get your arms and legs chopped off and you're not gonna ever move again? Well, not on your own will. How does that work? Do they just kill the children? I kind of want to know the logistics, don't I?
Stripped of everything that makes it bearable, and no way to make it stop. They can't see, they can't move, they can't even end their own lives. They just wait in the dark until their bodies finally quit on their own. Pretty messed up if you ask me. But our next movie, Inside, takes the horror somewhere even more primal. What happens when the thing hunting you is hunting something that you would die to protect? Sarah is 9 months pregnant. She is ready to pop. She's a fruit gusher. It is Christmas Eve. Her husband died of a car crash 4 months ago, and this baby is the only piece of him left in this world.
And she didn't lose the baby after that? She a trooper, nigga. She a trooper. I done seen babies get let go for less. And I don't mean like abortion. I mean like they just can't take it. Just die.
World. She's alone in her house, hours from delivery, just trying to make it through one more night before she goes to the hospital in the morning. And then someone knocks on the door. A woman outside asks to use the phone, except she knows Sarah's name, knows the husband is dead, and has been following Sarah for months. When Sarah refuses to let her in, she doesn't leave. She finds another way inside, and she's not there to kill Sarah. She's there for the baby. What follows is 90 minutes of the most brutal home invasion ever put on film. Every single person who tries to help Sarah dies. The boss shows up and gets killed. The cops show up, same thing. Her own mother shows up and Sarah kills her by accident in the dark because she thinks it's the intruder. By the end of the movie, Sarah is bleeding.
So my question is immediately, how did because I know exactly how that happened. I'm gonna guess the mom came in quiet as shit and was like this, looking creepy as hell, wondering why she killed her. Bro, call your daughter's name, bro. Call your daughter's name out loud.
Sitting out on the floor while this woman cuts her open with a pair of scissors and walks out holding the child Sarah spent 9 months protecting and growing. Here's what makes it
That's
worse
literally
though.
just a
La
C-section.
Femme, the villain, was pregnant too. She was in the other car during the crash that killed Sarah's husband. She lost her baby that night. This is not just random violence. It is grief that turned into something monstrous. 2 mothers, 1 accident, 1 living baby left between them, in a botched home C-section. Ugh. Sarah protected this child through 4 months of mourning her husband and a night of absolute hell. And in her final moments, she watches someone else take her baby. The thing she would have died for gets lifted out of her dying body, and there is nothing she can do except watch it happen. If there is an afterlife, she
Jesus
will go
Christ.
to that afterlife knowing that she lost her baby right before she died. She
Yeah, she'll literally go to the afterlife knowing that her baby's getting taken care of by another human, and she can't do anything about it.
wasn't even dead to not know. She knows exactly what happened. Inside doesn't just take Sarah's body from her,
Yeah,
it takes
bruh.
her purpose. Everything she was living for walks out the door in someone else's arm. But our next movie, Evil Dead Rise, asks a different question.
I hate
What
that
happens
face.
when it's not one mother who becomes a monster, but your whole family? Ellie is a single mom in a condemned Los Angeles apartment building, raising 3 kids in a place that's about to be demolished. An earthquake cracks open the basement, and her teenage son Danny finds something down there. Vinyl records from 1923 and
Let's go in and die tonight. What are we even doing, bro? What, like, literally, what a... God, they don't think it all ever.
a book bound in what looks like an awful lot like human skin, or like a nutsack. It kind of looks like a nutsack too, but if I'm being honest, bound old human skin kind of looks
Ew.
like a nutsack. You ever like seen someone that's like 105 years old? They all kind of look like a nutsack. Sorry for that visual in your
No,
head.
that's not
Like,
too late.
think about the hair. Never mind.
Stop,
I
bro.
won't go there with you guys. Trust me, it's okay. You get the idea. Anyways, dumbass Danny plays the records, and naturally, the record contains a priest reading an incantation from the Book of the Dead. Because of course it does. Why else? Why
else?
wouldn't it? So Mom then gets possessed in the elevator, but she doesn't just become a monster. She becomes a monster wearing Mom's face, using Mom's voice, knowing everything Mom knows about her children.
Ew,
She
bro.
knows their fears, their secrets,
Oh,
exactly
it's
what to
just-
say to make them hesitate instead of run. The demon didn't pick a random victim. It picked the person these kids trust more than anyone alive and turned that trust into a weapon. Then Danny gets infected, then his sister Bridget, and now Evil Dead Rise does something the franchise has never tried before. The 3 of them merge. They fuse together into this nightmare called the
Ew,
Marauder.
bro.
A tangle of limbs and faces that shouldn't exist, made entirely of people the youngest daughter Cassie loves. Cassie is maybe 10 years old. Her whole body is telling her to run to her mother. That's the instinct, the one that's kept children alive since the beginning of the series. And that
Yeah, she's
instinct
going
is
away.
now a trap. The thing wearing Mom's face is counting on it. By the time her Aunt Beth shoves the Marauder into a wood chipper, Cassie has already lost everything. Not to a monster, but to her family becoming one. She walks out of that building carrying something no child should ever have to.
Like, how do you live life after that, by the way? Like, how does life keep going after that? Like, how do you see all of that and then try to be like, yeah, all right, so like, where's your mom and dad? And you got any siblings? How's your mom doing? How does that conversation go after that when you get grown? I get the little kid shit. Little kids just not gonna talk to you. But when you get grown and they don't know you no more, now how does the conversation go?
Carrie. Evil Dead Rise breaks one family by turning them into demons. But at least something supernatural did it though. A possession. An outside force taking over.
So I'm guessing the worst movie's probably gonna be a normal, something that could literally happen in real life. Like literally just normally happen.
But our next movie, The Sacrament, breaks 167 people without any demons at all. Just the belief and religion. And
Oh,
most of
God.
them helped make it happen. Eden Parish sounds like a paradise, a commune in the jungle far from America, full of people who finally found somewhere they fit in. Addicts who got clean, outcasts who found purpose,
Okay,
people the rest of the world had written off. When a documentary crew shows up to check on one member's sister, everyone seems happy. The leader they call father is warm, charismatic, and talks about love like he actually means it. Then night comes, and everything falls apart.
I knew it.
Notes start getting slipped to the camera crew, people begging for help getting out.
I'm leaving without y'all. I'm not staying. I'm not staying. I'm not staying for that. I'm sorry. Like, I get that y'all are trying to say, please help us. What is a camera crew gonna do? Actually, no. I'll record all these please help shits and I'll leave. Like, yeah, y'all see this? Yeah, come get them.
Armed guards appear at the edge of the compound. Father's voice comes over the loudspeakers announcing that the time has come. And suddenly everyone is being marched towards a clearing where barrels of poisoned Kool-Aid are waiting. This is Jonestown, the real thing dressed up as fiction. 918 people died in 1978, and the sacrament puts a camera right damn smack in the middle of it. Parents poison their children's first. A woman named Sarah kills her own daughter before the guards can get to them, an act that she believes is mercy.
I guess. I literally, I guess. Well, if you're not gonna kill your daughter, then not really a point. But if you know, they might. If you don't know if they gonna kill her straight up or not, yes.
And Caroline, the whole reason the documentary crew came here, personally injects her brother Patrick with poison while he asks what she just gave him. He crossed the world to save her, and she watches him die with complete calm on her face because Father said it was time. Nobody was possessed. Nobody was physically forced. They believed so hard and so long.
Yeah, that child's gone, bro. And why are, you know what hurts the most? The fact that there's so many black people here. Because again, we all know. Yeah.
They lost the ability to tell the difference between faith and murder. The community that saved them became the thing that killed them, and they thanked it while it happened. Let's now move on to Event Horizon, where they flip the attack inward, where your own guilt becomes the weapon. In 2040, humanity built a ship that could fold space.
That's not happening. Letting you know now, that's not happening. Not happening.
Could punch a hole through reality and come out anywhere in the universe instantly. The Event Horizon was the future of everything. Then it vanished on its first voyage and didn't come back. 7 years later, it reappears near Neptune.
Hey, imagine that though. Like, y'all built something finally that could travel through space. Y'all did all the calculations just for it to pretty much time warp, and you never see it again.
It's broadcasting a distress signal that sounds like people screaming. So a rescue crew is sent on a mission and they board the ship. There's no survivors, blood on the walls, but no bodies. And then they find the video logs from the original crew's final hours. The footage they find is some of the most disturbing material ever filmed, and most of it got cut before release because test audiences couldn't handle it.
What?
Survived shows the captain holding his own eyeballs in his hands while chanting in Latin. The crew behind him ripping each other apart, doing things to each other that don't have names. They weren't attacked by aliens. They became something. The ship went somewhere, and whatever was there reached inside them and pulled out the worst version of every person on board. Now the rescue crew is stuck, and the ship starts working on them too. It doesn't kill you quickly. That would be way too easy. It crawls into your head and finds the thing you feel most guilty about. The person you failed, that wound that never closed, that weird browsing history you had last week. Then it puts that memory in front of your face until your mind breaks open. One crew member sees her dying son begging her not to leave. Another watches his friend burn alive and asks why he didn't save him. The dimension the ship punched through wasn't another point in space. It was hell. Pure chaos, pure evil, aware, and hungry. And the ship brought a piece of it back inside itself. Our next movie, Color Out of Space, goes somewhere even worse.
Nigga, is that... Okay.
Because at least the thing inside Event Horizon knows you're there. The color doesn't notice or care about you at all. A meteorite crashes in the front yard of a farmhouse. It glows a color that shouldn't exist. Not pink, not purple, not anything in nature, just wrong. The authorities come, poke at it, shrug, and leave. The Gardner family goes back to their lives. They keep drinking.
First of all, for something to land and not break on Earth and it barely do any damage, that's not something you should just be, okay, that's not something you should just write off, bro.
Taking the water from the well. Then things start going sideways. Nathan, the father, starts having mood swings that feel like they belong to someone else. Teresa, the mother, zones out while chopping vegetables and cuts off 2 of her own fingers without noticing. The youngest son, Jack,
which is crazy, by the way, just want to let you know, if we didn't have something in our mind that could stop us from biting hard enough, our fingers would be pretty much as hard as carrots. The only thing that would be hard to deal with is the skin. You could break your bone with just that bite. Just that. It's like biting a carrot. Carrots are just wet and soft. You get
spending hours staring into the well, whispering to something that he says is living down there.
Excuse
The
me, y'all.
family alpacas fuse into a screaming lump of, well, multiple alpacas
Ugh,
that
bro.
shouldn't be alive. And then the color hits Teresa and Jack at the same time. When the light fades, they've merged. The mother and son are physically
Ugh,
fused
bro.
into one body.
Ew,
Still
dude.
conscious, still aware.
And you rubbing their head like it's gonna stop. No, bro.
And both of them screaming. They know what's happened. They can feel each other inside what they've become. Nathan, barely himself by this point, picks up a shotgun and kills the thing that used to be his wife and child. As mercy, as horror, as the only option left. The
Thank
worst
you.
part is this. The color didn't target them. The color doesn't target anything. It doesn't hate. It doesn't think. It doesn't know they exist. It was just passing through. And the gardeners happened to be standing in the way. When you're that small, indifference looks exactly like cruelty to the things caught in its path. Imagine you stepping on an anthill accidentally. You have no idea they are there. All the ants are probably thinking that you were some god destroying their home. This is exactly how the color views or does.
And this is why to this day I kind of wish everything that was like really not. Hold on, let me explain the best I can. I wish everything had human thought. I wish. Like, I wish we was just around this bitch just fighting everything that could think as hard as we could. Because that'd be so tough. So tough. So tough. So tough.
Doesn't view us. But even this ends. The family dies, the color moves on.
I got it
it's
for the
over.
last one.
Now let's talk about another fate
Am?
in this video. And this one never stops. This one goes on forever. We're going to talk about Drag Me to Hell. Christine Brown works at a bank. She's nice, she's hardworking, and her boss just told her she needs to prove that she can make tough calls if she wants a promotion. So when an elderly woman named Sylvia Ganoush comes in begging for a third extension on her mortgage,
God damn. Shit.
Christine makes the tough call. She says, no, that is it. That's the whole crime. And personally, third extension on a mortgage, like, let's be real here, Mrs. Ganoush. You need to pay your damn mortgage. 3 extensions is a lot. First or second, I would maybe be on your team.
Like
But
3?
third? Come on. Anyway, she says, no, that's it. That's the whole crime. It's one professional decision made under career pressure. And Christine is now cursed to be dragged bodily into hell in exactly 3 days. What follows is nonstop, a demon hovering over her bed, mud filling her mouth in a graveyard, the old woman's corpse attacking her at a funeral home. Christine does everything right. She fights, she visits psychics, she performs rituals, she digs up the grave and shoves the cursed button back into Sylvia Ganoush's dead mouth. She wins. She actually genuinely beats the curse. She then shows up at the train station where
It's the guy from Tusk.
her boyfriend is waiting to propose. She's smiling. It's over. And then she looks down at the envelope in her hand. She grabbed the wrong one. The button is still with her. The ground splits open. Hands made of fire reach up from the crack, and Christine Brown falls screaming into hell. This is not movie hell, where she'll fight her way back in the sequel, but real hell, eternal hell, the kind where the suffering doesn't end when the credits roll, doesn't end when you forget about the movie, doesn't end when the sun burns out and the universe goes cold. She burns past any number of years you can say out loud, forever. For every other fate in this video, the woman in the caves eventually die, the cult drinks the poison, the garters dissolve. Death is horrible, but death is a finish line. You cross it and you're done. But Christine doesn't get that. Christine gets eternity in a place built to make every second worse than the last. And there's no last second. There's no relief, no end. There's just more and more and more forever. Death is mercy, and these movies prove it. If you enjoyed watching this video, make
I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I watch videos like this, I always think, yo, if someone told me, yo, I'm a movie connoisseur, and then they just say they watch a whole lot of like series movies, if you not watching shit, like if you ain't watch pretty much all these movies in this alone, where there's not even a really big actor in that bitch, you're not a real movie connoisseur, man. That's just it. Cause this right here, what I just seen, that's real movie connoisseur shit. Like, I need you to show me some shit that I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? For me to be like, okay, you're a connoisseur. Anyway, though. That's another video down pat, you know what I'm saying? Again, had a lot of fun. I love videos like this. Let me know if y'all like it. Like, comment, subscribe, by the way. I didn't say that at the start, did I? Damn, y'all niggas not gonna like, comment, or subscribe. I gotta start saying that more. But it's a lot of work though, bro, because I don't wanna be like one of those people, you know what I'm saying? Those people that are always begging for likes, comments, and subscribes, and I just want you to remember to do it. That's it, really. Like, if you seen my video more than once, bro, you might as well. Like, let's be honest. I know right now most of the people that see my videos are first time viewers, but like, if you see my video twice and you like both videos, just go ahead, bro. This recording is almost 30 minutes long. Probably gonna edit it. Probably won't be 30 minutes. It'll probably be more like 20, a long 28. About to make it 29 with this though.
Look, the show's over, fuck it, let's call some hoes over. I leave a bitch, the type that won't give her no closure. What it is, you acting like that, I don't know you. You acting like that, I don't know you. The show's over, fuck it, let's call some hoes over. Leave a bitch, you know, the type that won't give her no closure. What it is, you acting like